afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video weekend edition for December 5th, 2016. It's right now about 7 minutes after the close. Been on a bunch of times on the live chat today. We had a really good day trading today. So right now the ES is closed about up one up here. Basically we're stuck right in this range around 2190. So we have the ES is up 1, NASDAQ up 450, Russell up down 180. Bonds finally an uptick in here, and ironically, the bonds rallying just a bit in here is the reason the ES has underperformed the NQ somewhat, as you got the banks that have been the leaders because of a steep yield curve. Basically, when the bonds rallied just a bit, finally the banks had some profit taking. Yeah, the Dow Jones Industrials, like I said, with a lot of financials within it, down all of 25. You have the transports up 11. Crude oil up 52 cents in here. Gold up 850. Finally, a halfway decent day in there. You had the bonds down 31. Advanced decline all day was strong. In fact, one thing that we teach all the time on Simpler Stocks, I know it's about stocks, but it's really first about futures because the futures move the stocks. And if you're thinking about shorting the market, when all day, look at the ESs on the left, and I'm going to put over here a 5-minute chart, even a 2-minute chart. The idea in here is if you think the market is going to absolutely collapse, when the advanced decline refuses to go down, let me show you what I mean on here. You have the ESs on the left. You have the advanced decline on the right. As you see on here, that even when the market sold off, when the ESs were down about 4 points, this was still up. It was up 50. The second we stopped going down, this went straight back up again. Not straight up 235. It's not like the end of the best things in sliced bread. But the idea was positive, showing underlying strength in the overall market. So I just wanted to show on that work. I always watch the advanced decline. I can't tell you how important I think it is. You have the VIX doing much of nothing. Like when you get a mixed bag, that's totally understandable. You have the Nikkei down all at 80. The German DAX down just fractionally. And the Chinese market down over 1%. So where do we go from here? We go over on the Simpler Stock side over and over about historical tendencies. I am not of the opinion of, oh, you always go up in December. If you're new in here, you're going to know about these charts that I show in here. Now, I'm going to show you a 1-hour chart of the SPX right now. And as you see in here, first thing I always stress is price support. Guess what? We're at price support. Number two I stress in here is that if something isn't at price support, it could go to support. Before you think that that's not possible, I want you to realize where the NASDAQ sold off to. Believe it or not, I posted that I thought it would go to 4,700. It went to 4,707. That's pretty close. Why? Because if you don't look at pivot points, you don't look at cycles, you don't look at waves, you go on price support if you're just starting out in this business. And I still use that. And this coagulation in this area around 4,700, basically you could see that it stuck there before. And sure enough, it's stuck there again. Support and resistance isn't an absolute level. It's a range. And as you see, that was the area in there. But we look at support and resistance all the time when we're on Simpler Stocks Premium. So the whole idea in here is the ESs might be rolling over. The NASDAQ's already sold off. But the idea in here is until you get a break of right here, you have to be careful. And that's the first thing we're seeing in here of the market. On the other hand, watch when you put the SPX. It's just easier to show in older charts. And I want you to go in here, and we're going to use the on-demand function of Thinkorswim. Sorry about that right there. We're going to use the on-demand function. We're going to go back to last year. When anybody says, oh, the SPX goes straight up at Christmas, I beg to differ. This is a chart from December 15th at 9:58 in the morning. Notice the first day of the month was the high, 2,100. Went from 2,100 on December 2nd, right in this area, to 1990, down 110 points. Now, did it rally up to Christmas? Absolutely. If you think this is an outlier, now I'm not sure my on-demand is going to blow up. It takes up a lot of memory. But if you go into December, believe it or not, of 2014, check this out if I get it to work. This will be a miracle if it works, but if it works, great. So just give me a second in here. Survey says, no, that doesn't work, but it did work. Fantastic. Check this out right here, 2100. It didn't go back. Well, all I can tell you in here, I'm going to take off on demand. I'm going to show you one big old chart. And the idea in here is that the SPX, if you put in a 4-year daily chart, and you go back 2 years, and you go to December of 2014, right here, the market went not on December 1st. It futzed around for a couple of days, and then it went right here from 2071 to 1970. 100 points, and guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. I am not saying that we have to do that this time. There are a lot of warning signs, excessive optimism, and the overall bond market getting destroyed. Those are all negatives. All I'm saying is at this time, the first 2 weeks in December, it's a time to be real cautious. The last week up to Christmas, totally different situation. But I just want you to respect these 2 weeks in here. So I know I've gone on a little longer than I usually do on the free, but I just want to give you a sample of the type of things we talk about in simpler stocks on the premium side. We then apply that to individual stocks. If I'm bearish or if I see bearish tendencies, I'm going to show some bearish trades. Right down here, guess what? I was showing 50 different bullish trades. So just don't think I'm a perma-bear like some of the other people on Twitter. I look at both sides of the market in here, so definitely keep that in mind. So if you want to know, we still have the $7 30-day trial. We're not going to have it that much longer. Our site has gotten so popular, it's getting to a point where we don't need to do the trial that often. I mean, we're just doing it now to just really till the end of the year. To give you an idea, your $7 trial gives you the chat room where I'm on from 9 to 10 every morning. You have the premium videos much more in depth than what you're hearing now. We go into scans. We go into setups for next week. All kinds of things. Forum, you can contact me in there or by email. This is a message board type of communication tool where members can contact each other or me, or you can send me an email. I'm notorious for answering emails within an hour. It's sort of all night, all day and all night. I mean, this is what I do for a living, and I'm obsessed about it. Email alerts are one of the most popular things of this site. I show at least 6 stock trades and chart ideas every day. I show index and futures charts, at least 6 every day, and unusual option activity when I see it. If I see something really funky out there, I'll post it. I'm not going to post 100 trades and then brag a month later that I hit it. That's just too many trades for you to keep in mind. So I just try to show you the best ones. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you first thing next week.